Gentlemen more than ladies. Surely you understand. Time to talk sports. Take it away.
Welcome back to the Tackle Box. Whether you're watching us live or you're coming back later in the weekend and watching it, thank you for joining us. We are here at Bluffton Bait and Tackle, where Ibis has some real good stuff. If you're looking to get out on the lake, the river, whatever you got, he can fix you up.
Creek, pond, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you're gonna do. We're excited to be with you tonight. Bruce Enfinger's here with us. Coach RJ McDonald. Bruce has got the notes tonight since Wheeler's not here with us. Although
I can read them.
there's a lot less words on your notes than what Steve brings in. But,
Well, that's,
hey, at least you got
a lot
notes.
more
At least you
notes
got
than
notes.
him.
But always a pleasure to have Coach McDonald with us. Had a big first round win last week at home. First playoff game on the turf. Tell us about it, Coach.
Yeah, really good night. Got off to a really good start. The you never know with playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs. But for us, we came out, started out on the defense. Got a 3-and-out, third down. They kind of bobbled the snap a little bit. We recovered it in the end zone, got kicked around a little bit. Recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. So I had a defensive score there. Also on top of that, came back, got another 3-and-out, and got the ball back, ran it down, scored a touchdown, 55-yard touchdown run by Nadarius Morgan. Kind of put him right there near 1,000 yards, and then came back, got another. They made a drive, got down to about the 40. We held them, stoned them out there, and then got the ball back, went down, scored again, and just kind of flowed on from there. They didn't really gain too much yardage after that long drive they had. But for us, it was a really complete night. We scored on offense, defense, special teams. We had a punt return for a touchdown by Quez Johnson. And then, we threw a touchdown pass. He had a touchdown reception as well, but we threw a touchdown, ran the ball well, we didn't get many, touches on offense, which has kind of been the case all year, but which I guess is a good thing because we're still scoring a lot of points. But we had the ball for about 25 plays all night. And, it's just a really quick, efficient game. Got out injury-free. I would say that's one of the biggest wins of the night. We're getting back towards being fully healthy. And got to play a lot of babies. That's always cool. You don't see many high schools get to play the younger guys, the junior high guys. And I'll say for us, that was really neat. They were really excited. We played a lot of the guys. They're going to have to play a lot of snaps next year, and they know that. They practice like that. And you come and see us, practice. You'll see a lot of these younger guys going up against our older guys, and they already know. Like next year, I'm gonna have to be going up against guys like this every day, every week. Friday night, and so for us, it was just really good to see that, and it was a quick, efficient night. Quick deal in the second half. So just really good night. Glad to get out on the turf and be at home.
You get in the playoffs and you had a gut feeling going in that game, but it's still a playoff.
Yeah.
And you go home tomorrow.
Yeah.
And to get a 3-and-out and to turn around and have a drive, that just kind of settles everybody down.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Helps a lot. I had the first play kind of set the tone. They tried to throw a screen pass out wide, something they really didn't show a ton on film, especially early on in the game. And our senior outside linebacker, Shamar Patterson, he just came up, took the inside receiver, jacked him up, chunked him off, made the tackle for a loss, and that just kind of set the tone, just to be honest with you. And we kind of knew right there, okay, they can't throw it on us. Then they ran the ball the next play, we stoned them for a yard loss. And then it was just like, okay, we're settled in, then we get the ball recovered, batted around, kicked around into the end zone, we recover it. And it was just a really good start for us, and just really excited for that to be the case. Like you said, you usually have a gut feeling, but playoffs, you just never know. Throughout the state last week, a lot of 3 and 4 seeds upset, all throughout, and so
All you got to do is be good all one night, man.
Well, I tell you, you're right.
You never know what another region, their form may be as good as a
Absolutely.
Because the competition may still.
And you never know when a team's going to come out. Your first play, you go see a double reverse pass and something, and then everything is just
haywire.
Yeah.
But that's just a big thing. You watch all this film and you think, okay, this team's this and that, you see them in person in warm-ups, you're like, okay, film's a little different than what we thought. And then you're like, then you watch them run around, you're like, okay, might be a little different than this. And but, just playoffs is just a different deal. And
That's right.
just fun. It's fun, man. A lot of guys don't get to play this long. And our guys are really enjoying being out there. And that's the joy of being out here in November, And if you get to practice past, I've heard this a lot, if you get to practice past Veterans Day, you're doing something right.
That's right.
And so for us, that was really neat, even though it was freezing cold earlier in the week. But that was neat, man. Like for our guys, these guys haven't practiced that long, and they usually have been getting into basketball mode. But for us, man, they really turned it on, and they just bought into what we're doing and who we wanted to be, and it's just really good to see that come to fruition for these guys and getting to play at home.
Hey, Coach, when I played, we were lucky to keep going after Halloween.
There you go. I hear you. Yeah.
Labor Day's a little quicker.
Yeah. But no, I'll tell you, everybody wants to get to Thanksgiving and stuff, but for us, it's always been 1 week at a time. And like this week, we've been 4 more weeks, and all the kids keep talking about we want to get to 3, and so that's just been really good for us. And we got it written up on the board out there, and it's got 4 circled big, and every week they want to change it. They want to get that off as soon as Monday rolls around. They want to come in and change it. So. They have a pretty good drive about them right now, and it's just hopefully we can keep this thing rolling.
Well, let's talk about this week, because you got a pretty daggone good football team
Yeah.
coming into Lynette. And I won't say it's the best team you face, because y'all
Yeah.
played some pretty stout competition, but you got a good team coming
Yeah.
in here. Talk about, is it
They're fairly
Ayrton?
solid. They're fairly solid.
Oh yeah. They're a
Nine-
very, very good football
9-1,
team.
10-1, I guess now
Yeah.
with the playoff win.
Yeah.
Break
Yeah.
them down for us.
Yeah, 9-1. Ayrton down below Troy, right in the middle of Troy and Dothan, and so. Just one thing about it though is that's a tradition-rich football program. If you go through and look at them, they're about as identical to us, except for just a few championships. And so, but if you go through that whole deal for the last probably 20 years, man, they're well over half 10-win seasons. There's not many seasons. I don't think there's any in there that are under 6 wins, 7 wins. So that just tells you a little bit right there, and. But really good football team coming up here. They travel well. That's a big time support place. Their people are known as the Purple People Eaters. So just a little history tidbit there. I know Wheeler's not here, but really,
I already knew that.
really cool. Traditional place. And for us, man, they're a great football team. I mean, they do a lot of things well. They're coached well. That's kind of one of the first things that jumps off at me. Coach Gilcrease does a good job. Really good job of just always having a sound football team. Last year wasn't a great year for them because they were all young. I think they were 7-6, but they made it to the 3rd round. So that tells you right there you can coach, and get teams that might not be athletically up to that level, but coaching wise they're going to be at that level.
Where do you think the biggest challenge with them is going to come for you? I mean,
Yeah.
is it size? Is it
Well-
passing? Is it defense? Is it where's the challenge? I mean, when
Yeah.
you look at them, what jumps out at you first? Man, we're gonna have to tighten
We're
up. on
going
this.
to have to be really sound on the back end. And I'll be honest with you, all year nobody's done it. Nobody's thrown at us. And so they will gladly tell you they're going to throw the football. And so their quarterback is really good. I kind of equate him to a mini-or high school version of Tim Tebow. He's about 6'2", about 6'1", about 195, 200. But lefty. Got a loopy little motion, but when that ball comes out, it explodes out. And he puts it on the money more times than he don't. And so he's just a really good high school football player, good baseball player. That place is a big-time baseball factory. And but they got 2 really good running backs, number 4, number 5. Both kind of built different. 4's a little more taller and about 185 and faster. And then 5 is just jacked up at about 5'6". I mean, he's about 210. Just built like a house, and
Tackling the fire plug.
he literally like trying to tackle a fire hydrant. I mean, honestly, and but he's really good, and they try to throw it to him a lot, and so that's kind of a big matchup deal. We've got to be able to cover that running back in space, and something we haven't really done a lot of this year. But I think the big key to the game, I think, is going to be up front.
Right. If you
Can
get
we
good
win the
pressure
line of
on
scrimmage?
Your defensive line, if you can get enough pressure on them, harder to throw when somebody's knocking the crap out of it.
What's their O-line look like? They
Yeah.
match up well with them? Or?
So, I mean, I think for the most part, it's going to be a good matchup. I think we've got some really good guys up front that, have won a lot of battles. I'm going to just say that. And they've played a lot of really good football teams this year. Some really, really good O-lines. And, every week out, you think, we got to continue to dominate that line of scrimmage. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we're pretty, we go with 3 guys, and then we'll walk down some. But we feel like our 3 or our 4 is better than anybody's 5. And that's not a thing. I'm not trying to sound cocky or nothing. It's just confidence in that group, And when you look across and you got about 3 guys that can play D1 football standing over there, and they're going to have the opportunity to, that kind of puts a little bit of, confidence in you, But our front 7 is really, really good, really, really talented. It's just that back end. We got to hold up. We got to really cover well, stay in our spot, stay in our drops, read and react. If we get a chance to go get it, be aggressive.
Do what you're supposed to.
That's right.
Do
Do
your
your
job.
job
Do your
first.
job.
Do your job first.
Yep.
And if you can go get that thing, go get it.
Yep. So, offensively, what kind of wrinkles are they going to throw at you?
Yeah, like I said, they're gonna try to throw it to the running back a little bit. They got a really, really talented tight end too. But just they do a lot of different things. They get in and out of a lot of formations.
With that thing, when you got a tight end, that's a different wrinkle.
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot, but typically when you see a team that can use their tight ends, they're pretty good on offense.
Yeah, and they do a great job of schematically getting him in different places. He'll be attached with his hand in the dirt. Sometimes he'll be split out single wide by himself. So sometimes he'll come into the H-back. He lines up all over the place, and it's going to be really imperative that we locate him and we locate number 5, the running back.
Yeah.
And so if we can do that, then and like you said, just do your job. And I've always been told if you can line up correctly, we can defend anybody.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, Coach Williams and Coach Carden and Coach Webb and Coach McCants, Coach Smith, those guys have done a great job of really just trying to make sure we line up properly.
Well, that's the details.
Yeah,
And that's just the
absolutely,
details.
absolutely.
Well, that's
It's
the
just-
stuff. The deeper you get into playoffs, it matters more and more.
Yeah, for
And,
sure.
and against a team that can throw it, that
Yeah.
can run it, that can throw it to backs in the top, you better.
Yeah, yeah,
Because if they catch you out of position, they're probably going to take advantage of it.
yeah,
And
for
that's-
sure, absolutely.
So when you flip it over, your offense,
Yeah.
what you got to do?
Yeah, we got to win at the point of contact up front. I mean, we just got to continue to block like we've been blocking all year. We've got to be physical. That brand of football that they bring up here is going to be a physical brand. They do a couple of little things differently with their outside linebackers, and so we've got to really know where they're at all times. They got a really good Mike backer, number 10. He's a bigger kid, about 6 foot 210. Got a big horse collar. He's an old school thumper. Like he's going to be downhill. Plays that fullback H for him on offense a little bit. And but for us, man, we've got to really just kind of win at the point of contact. And if we can keep, if we can get 21 downhill, Nadarius Morgan downhill, it's 6'1", 205, 210. And not a lot of people want to tackle that.
That's right.
And I'm just going to be honest
Horse
with you.
collar or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a high school version of Derrick Henry coming
Yeah,
downhill at your
he
face.
comes hard.
And but if we can get him and R.J. Tucker and Fred Broughton and some of these other guys, T.J. Tucker, we can get them going downhill, and we can block and win at the point of contact up front. I think we'll have a really successful night. And we got to take our shots though. We got to take our shots.
That's one thing I was going to ask you, because I know you got a fast football team.
Yeah.
Hey, you got some speed out
Yeah.
there. And if you can get in space, how they going to match your speed?
Yeah. I think we might have a little bit of a speed advantage there. But it's going to be about, like you guys said, right? Details. Are we lining up right where we need to be at? That's the key to a lot of things now. Is lining up and adjusting and formationally being correct. But if we can find lanes and do what we're supposed to do, then I kind of like the direction that we could be heading this week. We just got to really execute. That's the big thing, man. The details and the execution on a Friday night in the playoffs has got to be crisp and clean. You can't come in there kind of off, you know. And,
Well,
and
you got good teams. Everybody's good.
Yeah, everybody's good.
There's only 16 left, and all of them good.
Well,
Absolutely.
And so-
You know, I got up Saturday morning and I jumped over on the AHSA website, flipping through, and I guess I hadn't looked much at where it was other than you guys and the teams that we talk about, but when I saw them as your second round, I was like, ooh, that's a little early.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
What
That-
did they do last week? Who did they get matched?
They played Washington County out of the west side.
55-14.
55-14.
thumped them pretty good.
Yeah, and Washington County was a good football team. You know, they Ayrton just kind of jumped out on them and kept going. You know, so but one thing about them though is you know with Ayrton, you know they play a lot of guys both ways.
Yep.
And so you know sometimes those guys don't come off a lot, and but you know. I agree with you. I didn't know if we'd see them this early. You know, they had that one little hiccup to Cottonwood, which is a good football team in their own right. But you know, I think for us it was just you probably would have thought to see them there. But hey, look, every
gotta
week
beat 'em all,
you got
man.
listen. You got to beat
beat
them.
'em all.
You got to beat them all, and you got to beat them when they're there. And so
Exactly.
and I tell you, our kids they don't back down from nobody. You know, and I think for us.
Second round, third round.
Yeah,
Just-
yep,
You gotta beat 'em
absolutely,
somewhere.
absolutely, and I think it's gonna be a really good football game. I think it's gonna be one of those where, you know, you got the number one defense against the number 3 offense, so something's kind of got to give there, you know, because if you look at the 2 offenses ahead of them, they're like just in a different stratosphere. I mean, they're, you know, 58 and 52 points a game or whatever it is with Laverne and Polka. But, you know, then Ayrton's like right there at like 47. And so it's just going to be one of those where, you know, who's got the upper hand that night, you know?
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad it's here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad it's right there.
Absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't want to be driving on the bus down there for 2 hours.
That's right.
But, you know, I think for us, it's always good to be at home. You know, I got asked that question yesterday. Routine's big and for kids. And when you have the ability to kind of just chill and focus in your own locker room, I think that kind of calms nerves and calms people down a little bit. But I tell you this, man, running down that hill on a Friday night, you know, those kids, it's just different for them. Like, I don't know how to explain it. They'll be up there in that building and they'll just look different, you know, like, you know, their face, and you're like, man, are we good? And then they'll walk down that hill and it's like, boom, all right, let's go. Like,
Well, that's
it's
their
just-
normal.
Yeah, it's just,
It's your normal.
yeah, it's
You
our
think-
normal, you know, and every day they do it for practice, and then we have great practices. And yeah, I tell you, that's been a really good thing too this year, being able to practice on the football field, somewhere that they are at every Friday. It's normal for them, you know. Like normally we would go to the practice field and we would practice up there, and then have to walk all the way back to the field house. And now it's just right there, you know, and a lot of those kids love that, and you know, it's just been really good for us, and I'm just glad we're going to be at home.
Friday night's the same routine as Tuesday afternoon.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that helps.
Yeah,
It does.
absolutely.
I mean, you can say it helps.
Absolutely.
It just feels normal.
Absolutely.
I tell you, one thing I'm gonna do tomorrow night is I'm gonna get up and get me some of them chicken wings a little bit early.
There you go. There you go.
The last time I was over here watching y'all play, I went up there to get me some chicken wings when they announced it, and I got back, and you were ahead 14-0, and before I could get to my seat and sit down, you were ahead 21.
There you go.
It
Yeah.
took so long.
Yeah. You might want to hurry up.
It
Yeah.
didn't take that long.
Yeah. You might. Yeah. You might want to get that at the beginning.
I'll go
or
get
well
that when I
before the
walk
game.
in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and get it.
Pre-order about 7:15.
Hey, yeah,
That's
pre-order.
right.
Yep.
Coach, talk about too. I know you post on Facebook. I think that hey, this team's going to travel well. You
Yeah.
mentioned it tonight. How important is it? Everybody gets out.
Man.
I know Valley's not playing. Springwood's not playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important to have a
Man,
good crowd over there.
Super important. You know, and not only, I ain't gonna say this, not only for our kids, but like, just get out and support, you know, just high school communities, like your community,
work
man.
hard,
You know,
man.
like, for us, you know, we need a great crowd. We're gonna have to match that, and they're gonna bring a large amount of people. I'm just telling you. And so, for us, you know, I know we've been pushing it out on social media a lot. You know, we need as many fans and people we can get at the game. You know, like come out and support these young men. You know, I think Chambers plays tonight. You know, like you said, Springwood and Valley's out, and had really good years there. And you know, Lafayette, they're getting ready for basketball. But you know, I think for us, I think it's just we've got to get as many people in that building as we can tomorrow
And
night.
you got a really good game day experience. too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
when I was there, we were at the same game, I think. But people everywhere outside the stadium.
Yeah.
People were grilling out there.
Yeah.
I think before the game, field looks incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good environment. Man.
Yeah.
It was a lot
Coach
of fun.
Carter's on the PA.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just got.
New dog.
But Coach does a really good job with that. Tries to keep everybody engaged. But I tell you, man, like I kind of sit up there sometimes in the mornings and just kind of look at the field sometimes, and it's just a great setting. Like you feel like you're sitting on it now, not so far away. And but I do agree with you, Jake. I think we've got a really good atmosphere and a good little vibe and great concession stand. We really need as many people to come out and support these young men. If you have nothing to do, if you need a little bit of help getting in the game, come see me. I'll buy you a ticket. Like come into the game and see these guys play.
Wait, Bruce will be hitting you up a ticket.
There you go. I ain't got that many. I ain't got that one.
Easy now, Jay.
We'd rather have some chicken wings.
There you go.
Because he's a chicken
There you go.
wing.
I can swing that.
Give a $10
But,
concession.
man, I'll tell you.
I ain't getting in the game.
I can probably help you with a chicken wing. But no, seriously though,
Look,
I hate to keep preaching.
cold.
But,
It ain't gonna
Yeah.
be too cold. It's the only one close.
yeah,
Get out here and fill the place up.
Yeah.
Just get out here and fill the place up. Show them what Lynette's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Get out here and fill it up.
yeah.
You should.
And
They
do
deserve
it.
it.
And do it for the community.
That's
I mean,
right.
you might have a cousin or something. You live in the valley. Come on up here and watch our guys play, and they're gonna put on a show. They've done it for the last. What are we on? 12. Oh man, I'm losing my mind a little bit.
I guess
12,
12, 13.
13,
Doesn't have that
the
week zero.
preseason,
You have that week
and
zero
a
account.
jamboree.
You
Yeah.
17, 18 weeks, 20 weeks
Oh
into it.
yeah. So but
52 weeks for you.
there you go. Yeah. So, but I think really like it's just one of those where we've been doing it for so long now. Like and these guys are putting up great deals, and the community should be proud of these young men. And don't support them just because they're having a great football season. Support them because they're great young men, and so and great coaches on the staff, and all those guys have spent countless hours up here coaching other people's children, and away from their families, and I think it's just something that just get out and show the support.
I like it. Let's fill it up.
There you
All
go.
right, man.
Let's fill it up.
RJ, we appreciate
Hey,
you
I
coming
appreciate
up.
y'all.
We'll
Yeah.
talk to you next week after you pick up another win.
There you
this
go.
week. You know that.
Absolutely. Hope to see you back.
All right, man. We'll be back after this 30-second commercial break. You're watching the Tackle Box in the zone here at Bluffton Bait and Tackle. Something.
When trouble trickles into your life, Alpha is there waiting those waters with you. Swift, sure, right when you need them. Because action is better than excuses. And handled is better than hoping. They'll cover the cleanup so you can focus on what matters most. That's life with Alpha.
Call Alpha agent Steve Wheeler in Lafayette for a quote today.
For work or play, it's Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Silverado and Colorado's ready to roll for Chevy Truck Month. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Test drive the mid-size Chevy Colorados. Big performance and big discounts up to $5,000 off. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
From day one back in 1907, Auburn Bank's mission has been clear: to serve our community, see businesses flourish, and improve lives locally by making sound business decisions and responding with care every day. Today, we continue to fulfill our mission with a team of local, commercial, and consumer lenders who are ready to help meet your needs and goals. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, online at auburnbank.com.
I like them little Spoke Indians, boy.
Do you?
I told y'all. We'll talk about it if you want to. We'll talk about it.
We can talk about. Yeah, we are back.
Let's
All
talk
right.
about it.
We
Talk
back,
about
Steve.
it.
It's
What
good
you got?
I
What
jumped
you-
in here.
to join us tonight.
joined
with a
us.
bunch
I
of
mean,
young
if you
guys.
gonna come in, if you gonna come in 20 minutes late, at least bring something to the
Listen,
table.
Well,
Mr.
you know,
Staff,
I'm
what
gonna
you
come
got?
in right away, and I'm gonna say that I have been right on one thing all year long.
Well, at least one.
One. Well, two, because I did start
It
counting.
wasn't Georgia Tech.
Well, you're right, it wasn't that. But I came in and I said, okay, Lynette's going. I was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm like, look, we'll be second, third round in playoffs. And y'all go, oh, can't talk about playoffs yet. Oh yeah, we can. Oh yeah, we can. I knew he was gonna be there. I was right about that. But second off, I said, whoever gets Lochapoka as a 3 or 4 seed, when Polka's gonna finish 3 or 4 in the region, Whoever gets them in the playoffs ain't gonna be happy. All they did was go beat Goshen 47-0 in week 1.
The Indians.
Them Indians was pretty good. You know, and you know, to Lynette's credit, beat the brakes off Loach Polk early in the season. I don't believe anybody wants them right now. They scoring some points. RJ said second highest scoring team in the state.
Pretty
good team.
incredible, ain't it?
Pretty good football team.
What other useless knowledge?
Are you
got?
through being all puffed up now?
I'm puffed up because I was right twice. I was right
Who
twice.
does Los Poca play this week?
They get Providence Christian. I'm gonna take them Indians. Real Town's got Cottonwood. I'm gonna take them Rebels.
Cottonwood's the team that beat
That's the
Air.
team that beat Air.
Yep.
That's their one loss on the
Yep.
season.
Yep. And they beat Chickasaw in round 1, 46-7. And I had to look up where Chickasaw was. I'm still not really
And then
sure.
there's Choctaw,
Well, I do know that Arrington's down there. If you go to Cleo and take a left and go down, you'll find it.
close to Goshen.
It's down in there, boy.
I believe Chickasaw used to be on Macon Road in Columbus.
Easy, Gator.
Just saying, I'm just saying. Chickasaw did used to be on Macon Road in Columbus.
No,
This is a family-friendly
I
show.
apologize.
what people didn't know was that Gator used to be Joe Williams. Until he got to the Chickasaw, they nicknamed him Gator.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
used to be Joe, didn't it?
And the Chickasaw was located right behind Edgewood Baptist Church.
What you double did?
No
on
connection.
Saturday.
No connection.
What the walk across was?
Huh?
What the walk across?
It was close enough.
All right, so that was all I'm right about. What you write about this week?
I'm just so excited to be here with y'all.
I know what's gonna be right is them chicken wings over there tomorrow night whenever I go in there and sit
Steve,
down
you going with
and-
us?
Of course he is.
I'm
You
going to
ain't
be there.
gotta worry about no knives or nothing tomorrow. Come on.
Ain't no knife show for you
Ain't
to
no
get
knife
involved
show.
in.
That's Saturday, and that's in Ellaville, Georgia, but that's a whole other
Well,
story.
then you
for
come
another
over
time.
there tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow
Leave the
night
chicken
sounds like a good
wings
idea.
over there.
I haven't been over there this year. That's sad. It really is.
If you need a knife, call Steve. I don't know.
I can do that. I can go over and show it. No, we'll do that
No,
later.
don't show it.
We'll do that later. We'll do
Pull
that
your
later.
knife out. You done pulled it out on me 3 times today. Already.
I almost had the police.
Maybe
take
you ought to act right.
I almost had the police take you off at that cafe today.
You better get a long blade if you go cut through all
I show
that.
him glad I pick up trash in Lynette because Lynette PD did leave me alone today when they saw me tonight. So I'm glad about that. Chambers Academy playing tonight. They won last
Who
week.
they got, Steve?
They
Southern
won.
Academy.
Well, I'm talking about last week.
I'm talking about tonight.
Oh, tonight.
What is this? Is
Last
not
week's
what
over.
last week's
They done
over.
beat the brakes
They
off
done
somebody
won.
last
They done
week.
keep.
They did, but I got to get we got to give people credit now.
Of course you do.
Hunter Andrews had the game of anybody's life the other night. 6 out of 8, 117 yards and three touchdowns throwing. Ran the ball 10 times for 213 yards and 2 more touchdowns. That is a night
He
right
had
there.
a nice little night.
That is
last
a
week,
night.
no doubt.
I want to make
Yeah.
sure we credit him with that. He had a great evening for the Rebels last week. Eli Wharton, you always talking about Eli playing well. He actually catching the ball the other night, 4 catches for 78 yards and those 3 touchdowns. So
All of
he was about yeah.
He had a pretty good night too. Then.
There's no saying that nobody ever covers the tight end. One of my
They
old
don't
coach
much.
friends used to tell me that
Always
nobody
bleed-
ever covers the
You can
tight
always
end.
bleed the tight end out.
I think he
Nobody
doesn't
covers-
really play tight end, but he kind of plays in that
He's
slot,
kinda
that
that
wing.
halfback,
Wing,
wing,
yeah.
plays, yeah.
Yep. So
Great blocker too.
yeah, great blocker, great
Physical,
hard-nosed football player. Yep. So they're over there playing in just a few minutes, actually.
Yeah, they'll kick off here in about
Southern Academy. Right?
Yep.
Southern Academy.
They
What you
used
got
to-
on Southern Academy, Steve?
I can tell you what they used to be. Their base formation was the power I. You know, they were coming right at you all night.
Famous
Very physical.
former Valley coach was over there. You remember who? it was?
Freeman, Mark Freeman.
Well, I was thinking.
Marcus Freeman. I didn't know that.
Notre Dame, man.
God, he hit it big.
But yeah. I
You've never been to Southern
I got
Academy,
nothing on
have you?
Southern except they won by forfeit last week. That was the
By
only
forfeit.
That's the only tidbit of
Yeah,
information I had on
Bessemer
it.
Gotta love a good playoff.
1-0.
A good old 1-0 win over Bessemer. And we early this season we were talking about Bessemer and how it used to be one of the worst places to go play.
That's right.
And now they won't even play.
Now they can't even play.
Now they didn't even play. Go ahead and talk about Wadley, because I know you just.
Who Wadley played?
Yeah,
That was after
Gotta
Lynette.
be
That's still out
Wadley.
there.
Look, I got Lynette's penciled in at 1.
Well,
you missed that whole discussion for that.
I didn't get in time for that. Wadley won 56-8, their 23rd straight win.
You probably go.
No, he's coming to that tomorrow night.
Where is Meek? That's a good question.
Depressed.
You ain't going to Wadley tomorrow
Right
night.
next
You
to
come
Miles.
over to me and
No,
Bruce.
Going on there.
Right next to Miles.
That's good. That's good. Yep.
Try.
Well, you're there.
And I ain't about to pull a knife out and threaten nobody with it.
All right, here they are, 1A playoffs. There they are. That's what I was looking for.
Pull the bracket out.
Got the bracket out.
Yeah, let me show you something.
We got Wadley versus Meek, who beat Woodville. Man, that's small. Can you read that?
Well, I can if you don't keep your thumb open.
I Googled where is Meek
Oh,
High
my.
School. It's in Arley. That doesn't help me.
Wait a minute. Isn't somebody famous from Arley?
No, that's KK's dog.
Oh, no, that was Mount Airy. My
Mount
bad.
Airy.
Mount Airy.
Not Mount Harley.
Yeah, Wadley's got Meek, and then on the
It's
other
gonna
side,
take Jake 4 levels before we get a
Maplesville.
big enough city. We gonna know where it is.
It's in
Maplesville.
Winston County. I'm
Keep
still
going.
lost.
Madison
going.
County? That's
Winston
Oh,
County.
Winston County. I'm
Keep
still-
going.
Is that, I don't even,
Well,
I
I
can't
don't know.
even
I
tell you
got
what
a
corner
clue.
of state that's
I
in.
don't know.
Is that in Alabama?
It's in Alabama somewhere.
So last year's
playing
championship,
it.
last year 1A championship was Maplesville and Wadley, and Maplesville won again, so kind of looks like
Brent's
that.
still at Maples. Man.
How about Haleyville? Does that help? That's the largest city in
We're getting
Winston
closer.
County.
Getting closer.
Well, and
Double
look, the
Springs?
thing
I don't know.
is, you got to draw right there for Wadley. If they get by, you see who they got next
Got
time.
Hubbardsville coming up.
Hubbardsville coming up.
Hubbardsville hung 67 on Woodland last week.
That Hubbardsville team's not bad either.
But you know, we've talked about this before, in 1A football, a lot of points really is not a big deal. Because a lot of these schools will have one great
Better
player.
Not many points.
Well, it means he's not having them, you're right.
67's a lot.
But
not
you
having
see a lot of 60s and 70-point games. They
You
got
would
that
hope
one
if you
kid
get
nobody
60 or
can tackle.
70, you shouldn't lose.
Well, you would think.
I mean, you would hope.
You would think. Springwood didn't do too well last week.
No.
They didn't get 60 or 70 from what I can
No.
tell.
And they didn't give up 60 or 70.
And
They only
didn't
gave
give
up 50.
60 or
That's
70.
right.
How many?
50.
Well, when you give up 50, you gotta score
50.
51.
You need 51 or 55.
Tell them about it a little bit,
Can't do it
Jeff.
for 50.
It's another tough
Don't
night.
take
They
55.
Take 55.
Macon East is a good football team. They actually beat Escambia, who we all had thought was probably going to run away with the 8-man title. So
Lincoln East kind of on the border of they could probably play.
probably should,
They could
yeah.
probably play 11-man or 8-man.
well, you
Or-
would
or
think
did they
that
drop to
they
that?
had they actually had less players in spring.
really, so
They
that's
had-
really
I think they had 15 or 16. They had 15 or 16 good players. Who all even when they rotated them, they were good. A lot of athletes, and that's really where we're at.
But it's weird though, because again, 1A independent school ball, there's been a lot of years where all you had was 15 or 16 good players, and you had to go out and play. I mean, I guarantee you go back to some of those championship years Springwood had, there was 11 or 12 good players. Everybody else was still in a role at some point, giving somebody a rest.
But it was kind of one of those games where they get one of these athletes in space, and we just really didn't have an answer. So, but a tough
And let me
season.
tell you, in 8-man, there's a lot of space.
There's a lot
Yeah.
more space.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of space out there.
And they even narrow the field a little bit. It don't matter.
But they
It's
still
still-
have-
It's all about
Out
getting
there,
flanked,
yeah.
yeah.
that one defensive, one safety instead of two. I mean, it's just things.
Well,
are
in
different.
8-man, you just about got to run a cover zero, which y'all know was some coaches say cover zero. How many plays is it going to take them to score?
yeah, eventually they're gonna score.
yeah.
Yeah. Of course, go ahead.
What else you got, Steve?
What else do I have? We hadn't talked about them Valley Rams.
Valley Rams.
Talk about the Valley Rams a little bit, Bruce. Y'all, were you at the game? I thought you were.
I was at the game.
Yeah.
It was a weird game. It was just kind of it's like nobody could really get anything going. Nobody could really sustain. It
No
was
rhythm.
just no rhythm and offside, false starts. It just was ugly early. And it was like nobody could ever find a rhythm. And, Valley had a chance to make some plays, and it was just an inch off the fingertips on the throw. A run that just, you almost break it, and then, it's just,
Somebody grabs you by
it
the
was
ankle.
just a weird game. And, it was one that it could have easily gone either way. I think on the field, Valley was probably the best team. They were probably a better team. But just nothing would ever happen to get the momentum going. I mean, a ball that was just off the fingertips, a ball that a defensive back just got a fingertip on the throw, or a shoestring tackle.
untimely penalty. I mean, that's
Well, that
always
was
a
late in the
thing.
game, was an untimely penalty, but
So the end of Valley's season kind of ended weird anyway, right? They lost a game to Beauregard they shouldn't have lost probably. Then they got a forfeit from Dadeville
yep.
that took that game out of the week, and then they go into the first round of playoffs. So it's
Yeah,
kind of a
it was
weird
kinda
ending of the
strange.
season.
you know, Valley had been playing really well before the Beauregard game. And then the Beauregard game happened. And, you know, that was going to be a tough one with the quarterback coming from Beauregard to go to Valley last year. And you knew that was going to be kind of weird. But you didn't have that next week against Dayville to get back in your rhythm.
Right, that's kind of what I was thinking.
To
yeah.
get a quarter or two of, hey, I've got my groove back.
Right.
That's right.
Right. Which, and again, you know,
For whatever reason.
for whatever it's worth, you know, I'm going with on this. I don't know what went on at Dayville. I don't know why they thought they needed to do away with that game.
It didn't help.
I think it was a disservice for everybody, including their own kids.
Well, it didn't
They
help
could have
because
called
they lost
Valley and
last week,
said,
too.
let's play this thing like a jamboree. Let's run our starters first quarter and let's all agree to run in our 8th and 9th graders in the next 3 quarters and build a little depth for the playoffs. But hey, without knowing a thing, they may have had some kind of issue going on. They had to shut it down. I don't know.
Who knows?
But I feel bad
It
for all the
didn't
kids
help
involved.
Valley get
No,
back
it did
into
not.
a rhythm after the week before.
Didn't help Valley. I don't think it
At
helped
all.
them. So, yeah. 26-23, the final, and that was Shelby County wins. They advanced to play Carver and Montgomery. I got to be honest, that's not a great, I mean, a Catholic, I meant to say. Catholic Montgomery. That's not the kind of win you really get a reward from for very long. You said a while ago you got to beat them all. Well, that's probably one of them's got to be beat because they may end up at the end with Catholic. They have been pretty good through the years, over the last several years. Interesting, I said last week too that Beauregard was playing on Thursday night, so we'll learn a lot about the region. They went out and lost that game. Clay County, we knew was special. Clay County wins their game. And Elmore County won their game.
Yeah.
They won a 21-20 game against Demopolis in Demopolis. So that means they took that 3.5, 4 hour drive over there and then came back with a win. I guarantee there wasn't too many teams in the state happier than the Elmore County folks were last
No,
week.
sir. And that's a long ride to be happy for.
whoa.
It's a long
That's
way
a
over
long
that
way over
Highway
there.
80.
What's their reward for winning that game?
They get Williamson. you looked over and saw it.
Who might be
the best team
the
in the
best
state.
team in the state.
It might be all class.
You got to beat them all.
I don't know
Gotta
about
wait.
7A, but I can tell you this, if you rank the best 7A and best 6A and best 5A, Williamson's going to be ahead of some of those upper class teams.
So jumping ahead a
That's
week
like
as
good
I
football.
always do.
You're always looking ahead.
I like to look ahead. If you can look ahead and everything happens like it's supposed to in a week from tomorrow night,
You've been looking at my note. You see that right there?
what does that say? I can't read your hand right.
Williamson and Central Flood.
Oh yeah, you looking 3 weeks
I'm looking
ahead.
3 weeks
I'm
ahead.
looking next week where you got
can't go
Catholic
3 weeks.
and Williamson.
Oh.
That Catholic and Williamson game will be, or should be, an absolute ball game if somebody doesn't mess up on the way.
We ain't going to that one.
We ain't going to that
Probably
one.
not going to that.
Okay.
I can tell you this, I'll go ahead and take Williamson right now.
What you going to do, a little Catholic prayer for
Well, I
him?
mean, I gave you a little, you know, he didn't mean it, Lord.
I'll go ahead and take Williamson right now.
I am too. I'm taking
I'll go ahead
over.
and
I'm not going there, Lord, I apologize.
I'll just go ahead and tell you.
Yep, so that was our 5A region. What does that leave us, man? That only leaves us talking about
College.
6A and 7A, Russell
6A,
County.
7A.
Gotta mention Russell County. Because
Okay, you
we've
did.
seen, okay.
After this,
We saw them
you
earlier
can't
this
talk about
season.
no more high school teams after this one. This is
They
it.
have never won a second round game. They're in the second round this week. They've never won a
Never,
second round
ever?
game.
Had they ever?
And they beat Gulf Shores to get there. You think about Gulf Shores, I think that's where Van Gorder and them are. Isn't that the school that had all the issues a couple
Well,
of
he
years?
played.
Well, I know, but he's coaching. I mean, Atlanta Falcons coaches got your team helping your defense out. That's not a bad thing. At least he was. I don't know if he's still there.
Let me ask you something.
I don't know if he's still there.
Let me ask you something. If you was coaching the Atlanta Falcons and now you coaching the Gulf Shores,
What does that tell you?
what does that tell you?
It tells
Huh?
you that
Huh? It tells you.
Gus tells me Gulf Shores got a lot of money.
They got a lot of money.
Most was coaching
They got a lot of
Alabama,
money.
and then he was
And
coaching
it also
Blue
tells you
Bird.
Russell
And I was thinking
Yeah,
while he was
yeah,
Blue Bird,
yeah.
that was his last stop before he was cooked, I believe.
All right, what's my hot take from the 7A playoffs?
I don't know, Steve.
Got one good hot
What do you
take.
have? You
That
got
region is still awesome.
There are 8 teams left, right?
Yep.
Final 8 there.
So they say
One team north of Montgomery.
who it is.
Thompson.
Thompson.
Everybody else is
So
Montgomery
how
South.
about them four teams in that region right down there?
Let's see what happened. Let's see. Mary Montgomery won. Central Phoenix City won. Auburn won. Opelika won.
Yeah. How about that?
Pretty good region.
And
Got a pretty good
Auburn,
rate.
didn't Auburn beat Vestavia Hills, who early in the year, beat them pretty bad, actually.
Yep,
Vestavia Hills
and they
beat
came behind, I think they scored real late in the game to win that one. 8
Man, I'm
seconds
glad
left?
you
No,
here,
that was-
Steve. You got more,
Yeah,
you
that's
got a
what
lot
was
of
counting.
stats.
But yeah, they came back and won that game, I think.
He's prepared.
So you got a lot of songs.
52-41. 52-41 Auburn win.
Since when was Opelika at Auburn North and whatnot?
I said south, but yeah, you're right. You're right. I get you. I don't know though. You know, we might have to look at that. If we drew the parallel across there.
It's north of it.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you
Yeah,
take
right.
I-85 north.
You could
out of
have used the
Montgomery.
central of the state and south.
I'm glad Holly could
Yeah,
navigate.
yeah.
You'd be
Maybe I meant North Region. That's what. You know what?
Below Prattville.
You know what?
Prattville, they still might be.
Clanton.
So thank you for pointing that out because that's what happens when you don't do your homework. I read that and just went with it and didn't even think about it. You should believe everything you read.
Believe
brother.
everything you read.
Don't believe everything
It
you
was
read,
on
brother.
Facebook, bro.
It was on the internet.
It was
on
on
the
Facebook,
internet.
bro.
Yeah, it was on the internet. Yeah, I should have put it in AI. All right.
AI.
Hey, all right. Allen Iverson.
Glenwood and Lee Scott both 1 and 3A. Glenwood and Lee Scott both 1 and 3A. That's
Okay.
it.
Well,
Y'all ready to talk college football now?
get the U-Haul out.
It's out.
Get the U-Haul
When
out.
the U-Haul came by,
It came by.
it picked up you.
Yeah.
We knew it would. It's just a matter of when it was gonna pick up you. And it picked up you a couple of weeks ago. Now we done that in the Durkin era.
Do you feel any better about overtime?
Not particularly.
About scoring 38 points?
Not particularly. I feel worse that we had not give up more than 24 points the entire year, and we finally scored 38 and gave up 45.
Can you possibly take your eye off the ball for 1 week and things go that bad? Because that's everybody's excuse was he was too busy fixing the team.
Obviously,
I saw was
obviously,
yes.
obviously we have no answer for Diego Pavia, and
Yes.
not really much of anybody else does either, but we don't have an answer for him.
The
In
interview
the last,
after
he's
the
beat
game-
us 3 times in a row.
And really, he still went up and down the field on Alabama. He just turned the ball over
Yeah.
twice in the
That's
red
right.
zone.
Yeah.
I mean, after he's finally through his 8th or 9th year of eligibility, I hope he's gone from up there.
Well, they gonna probably make him an assistant coach because I mean that's what they ought to do probably. But he
They probably should. He
He
probably
probably made
deserves
so much
that.
money in NIL, that joker's gonna retire after 26 or however old he is.
35.
Maybe 40.
that might have been the beginning. Was I guess it would have been Hugh Freeze that could have signed him as a free agent out of Fresno State, right, or New Mexico State or whatever it was.
Of
Yeah,
course, you know, Tuberville had to come along and say, I told him they should have signed. I tried to tell him.
But they're
Hey,
still.
look,
Vandy,
everything's
though,
better than hindsight.
they've got Kentucky, who they should beat, and Tennessee, which should be a good game. I mean, they win those 2 games. You got to think they're
In
probably
the playoff.
sneaking in.
It is a heck of a note when we're talking about Vandy.
Yep.
I mean, we've hit a different world. And we're talking about Vandy.
I mean, if they beat, they should beat Kentucky, but if they beat Tennessee, they probably deserve to beat.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. We lost to Auburn and Alabama and who?
Texas.
Texas.
On the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both on the road.
Yeah. Texas.
Thank God Auburn's not playing this week. We need a break.
Need a break.
We got to gear up for Mercer.
Yeah, we probably need to get ready for
Bears.
Mercer.
Now we got to figure out if we gonna let Ashton Daniels screw his red shirt up, or we gonna put Jackson Arnold back in.
Well, I saw
Or if
some-
we gonna play Deuce Knight.
I've
and say,
been
"Heck
seeing
with
that
it."
Deuce Knight may get to say, they may have to do that just to kind of keep him.
Let him keep him around.
Well, I mean, I guess if he plays
Because
really
Durkin,
well.
if he
you know.
thinks he's gonna be around, he's got to figure out how to recruit his own roster.
Well,
I mean,
but
that's
let me
the
take
deal.
a different route on this.
Well, I knew you would.
I always do.
You're contrary.
I am contrary.
Hey, here was the U-Haul. Bruce got a hold of it. Now here it is.
Yeah. My thing is, because I've heard a lot of Auburn folks say, well, why ain't Deuce Knight playing? And do you want to play him and see what you got? He been practicing all year. If I don't know any coach, especially at the college level, that's making $4 gazillion, that ain't gonna put their best players on the field.
They
They
want
ain't
to
worried
win.
about a red shirt.
They want to
ain't
win.
worried about all that.
Surely they want to win.
If he ain't beat them out,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if he ain't gone out there and practiced and shown, he ought to be starting.
Well, in the few snaps he has played, he's not looked very
They
good.
have not looked good. He did
Now,
not have a lot
I'm
of
not
accuracy.
saying he won't turn out to be a Heisman candidate at some point,
Right.
but when you've been down there since August and nothing has made you say, he might ought to start.
We ought to
Well,
give him a
and
chance.
there's no doubt that kids
Much-
are getting ready quicker than they used to.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about that. Freshmen are a different bird now than they were 25 years ago. But there were a reason freshmen didn't get on the field. Because
That's
they
right.
usually can't
They're just
Speed
not
of
follow
the
the
game.
speed of the game.
Speed of the game.
The speed of the game is not there yet.
But,
strength,
well,
the
the
physicality.
strength is closer now than it used to be.
Yep.
the reads that
But
you
the
got
speed
to
of the game is completely different.
The technique that they're being taught in you know in the 8th and 9th and 10th grades, and the kids are throwing the football, you know, on a schedule, and you know with proper technique being taught at all these clinics and camps, and so they're coming along faster than they used to. But it's still, do you want a guy in the game that you could turn into a Peyton Thorne where he's afraid to let, you know, or Jackson Arnold where he's afraid to throw the football or whatever. I just don't think you do it if you don't have to. I don't see the reason for it. If he leaves, you're recruiting quarterbacks, you're recruiting your team, you're recruiting other teams every single year. If he leaves, just recruit another one.
Now,
There's somebody else out
only
there.
logic I have to why you would play him is whoever's going with the coach. And I'm sure we'll talk about that in a minute. My only thing is, if you don't put him out there, you don't know if you got to recruit one quarterback or two next
That's
year.
right. That's right.
And, you know, so you got to see. Sometimes them big lights make you act, and sometimes them big lights scare you to death, and I think you got to find out. But I just think if there was anything close, we would have already seen it.
Yeah.
Because now you ain't got to worry about a red shirt, and I mean, throw him out there. See what he does. I mean, against Mercer, you would think, as highly recruited as he was, against Mercer, he ought to be able to compete. Let's just see what we got. It don't really matter.
Just figure out.
That way we know if we got to recruit one quarterback or two next year, or NIL money, how much we gonna need.
And
Transfer
I know
portal,
I know all
whatever.
the coaches would tell you they're honest, and I'm sure they for the most part are. But you know, part of it's going to be, let me put you out here this week so you will stay. Let me show you what I think I can do with you if you stay, regardless if that's the actual plan or not.
Well, whatever.
You know, you got to do something to keep him,
Does
like
that
you
hold
said.
that much
recruiting.
weight though with Mercer though? I mean, hey, we'll let you play this one game so you stay.
Better than being on the bench.
Better not
Yeah.
play.
And
And
you
go out there and
also
throw for 7 touchdowns and
you let
get
him do
300
something.
yards rushing. You might.
When I've seen it, when they put him in, he ain't gonna throw for 7 and run for 3.
No, no, I don't think so.
And when he is running with the ball, he's running with it out here. You know.
He has a lot to get to. But now you know what's not surprising is Bruce's favorite team won again last weekend.
The Tide?
Yeah, Crimson Tide. I mean, they won 20-9. Got one of them
They
ugly
did.
Alabama football games.
Well, and let me tell you something. That coach over there has realized.
To wear his black shirt every time.
Well,
that too.
I'm so tired of hearing about that. But I don't care if he'd had on a purple shirt last week, it wouldn't have mattered. He realized early on with his defense that as long as they didn't do anything stupid on offense and turn the ball over a bunch, they were going to win that football game.
Yeah.
That's he knew his defense could hold them down, and he found that out early. About middle of end of the first quarter, he understood our defense is going to control this thing. We just ain't got to do anything crazy.
As long as we don't
As
screw
long as
up.
we don't screw this one up, we're gonna win this.
Since week 1, Alabama's kind of they've looked like a Saban coach team almost.
Well, let me tell you, since week 1, they've looked like one of the best 3 or 4 teams in the country.
And weirdly enough, since week 1, that Florida State team has not looked very good at all.
No,
They have not looked like they should have ever won that football game.
no,
So,
they shouldn't have won.
That was just a weird game for Alabama. They were undisciplined, you know, it was odd, but then
yeah.
The one thing that gets me
Hadn't
out
seen
of
it
all
since.
of it, that CFP ranking or whatever, how can you take a Texas A&M team that has won as much as they've won against the schedule, strength of opponents, both ranked in the top 3, if I'm not mistaken, and not have them ranked number 1?
Well, that's what Lane said.
I don't
What Lane
see.
said, what else you got
They
to do?
have played if you don't give them credit for going to beat Notre Dame, why would you ever schedule a game like that again? It has done them no good.
Yeah.
You've watched Indiana, Ohio State beat Cupcake U, and Texas A&M has gone and won against that schedule, and it didn't help them at all.
So we had
Well, I
to look.
would argue, though, that in this day and age, it's more bragging rights, because they really don't have to be number 1.
No, really.
You know, I mean, you
just
want to
need
be
to
number 1,
1
but
through 12.
but the
Or 1
playoffs,
through 4 to
you
catch
wanna
the
be
bye,
1
right?
through 4.
Oh,
1
yeah.
through
You
4,
wanna
1
be
through 4
1 through
catches the bye,
4.
right?
but as long as you ain't foul.
Oh, look, if you
I
were
mean, I know
number
you
1,
get the draft and
if
who's
you
gonna play.
number 1 and you lose that SEC championship game, you don't fall out of the top 4. But if you number 3 or 4 and lose it, you going to play in the first round.
Yeah.
And that matters with injuries and everything else. So it matters where you are with seeding.
Well, didn't somebody say last week that Indiana, speaking of number 2, that Indiana could have a hands full with Penn State?
Yes.
That ended up, what, 27-24?
And they had to
Two
score at the end of the
touchdowns.
game with
Yeah.
a heck of a
And it was
kick.
very
One of the best
well
catches of the year.
That was incredible.
That will be on the
kick.
ESPY Awards later this year, just because of the timing of it.
Oh, yeah.
Great catch, but at the timing too. But yeah, somebody, I think you did, one of y'all said that. One of y'all said it was gonna be
He's
an.
always got some money.
He does. He is the wise one. There, you know
I
that.
don't know about all
Somebody
He's a
said
great
that. Somebody
I talked
said that
about it.
Iowa was a bad place to play.
I did.
I think you did say
I did
Iowa was
say
a bad
that.
place to
Iowa
play.
is a bad place.
Almost pulled that
And
one off.
Oregon wins that one 18-16. Iowa got them down on their level.
I was just tough to play.
I was a
Iowa's
tough
gonna
place to play, especially
defense.
late in the season.
They're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna get cold. It's gonna
Cold,
be miserable.
windy.
They're gonna grind it out.
It's just gonna be
Windy
over.
and it was
Run the
cold.
clock.
Beat you and
Iowa-
lay on
Yep.
you and hit you. And I mean, it's
Yep.
just a miserable day.
Tough.
Yep.
And
And of course, Georgia wins the Battle of the Dogs. They still kind of started slow. I mean, they ended up with 42 points, but they started slow.
Yeah, they finished pretty.
They finished pretty strong.
Pretty.
He definitely knows how to step on the gas during
If they can put it together 4 quarters,
They gonna be tough.
they might
already
be
tough.
the best team in the SEC if they can put it together. They're kind of sloppy right now, though.
They are sloppy, but they win.
Yeah.
And, you know, it.
And I don't know, Georgia's defense is good, really good, but Alabama may be playing the best defense in the
might.
league
They might be.
this weekend when they get
might
Oklahoma.
be, yeah.
And they got them at home. But Oklahoma comes in, all they've done is hang around and stay in, near the top 10.
They're what, 11 now?
11, and they've just hung around in there trying to make themselves in the playoffs. That is a huge game for Oklahoma.
They got the hands full.
And let me tell you something. I don't know what set of officials is going to that game, but if I was Alabama, I'd be hoping for Pac-10 or somebody, because if the SEC officials have anything to do with that, they have a bona fide reason to let Oklahoma win that football game,
You know their SEC team, man.
because Alabama's going to stay in the playoffs, but Oklahoma could be another one in.
Steve, are you saying there's a conspiracy
There's
afoot?
a conspiracy afoot.
I don't know what about your feet. You can worry about your feet some other time, but I've
say there's an
watched
agenda?
those SEC officials this year a couple of times.
You say there's an agenda.
I don't know that there's an agenda, or if it's just the ability to like a team enough to not pay attention to the other team too much.
To quote one of my dear old friends, Heston Yates, somebody's cheating.
Now,
Well-
I wondered which one of your friends you was going to quote.
I have to be careful. with
I
something.
got to be honest, I'm not accusing anybody of cheating.
Right.
I will say this, it looks suspicious. And if they don't pass the rule that ACC has about replay, where you can sit there and listen to them discuss it, if they don't see the ACC success with that and follow up, then I would almost guarantee there's a conspiracy. Because why would you not be as transparent as possible in that situation? The technology's there, let's hear them talk about it.
That's pretty neat to watch.
It is, and I like the fact that the guy is like super. It's like he's in he's in a war room
like in a
somewhere, man.
spaceship or
He's looking at that TV and he's like, okay, yeah, slow down. It's like, good, that's good stuff. That's good TV, man.
You know, the thing that gets me though is I don't understand
Can't
why.
miss TV.
I don't understand why more stuff is not reviewed.
You know what? If you're gonna use those cameras, use them.
If you got them out there and you go stop the game every 38 seconds anyway,
George, people, y'all be wanting to review every play.
Well, let's review it all and go to 12-minute quarters, and that'll solve your 3-hour broadcast.
they will.
Go to 12-minute quarters, make everything reviewable.
And the thing is, it's
Give him 2 red flags a game he can throw out there, like they used to in NFL.
I think some of it should be reviewable. I agree with what you're saying. Instead of make them automatically reviewed,
Right.
some of the things should be coach's decision. And if you say
This is a big enough
this
play
is
in
a
the
big
game.
enough play that I'm going to use one of my red
Yep.
flags.
Yep.
If
Did
you
you
can't
go have
get
it
them
later?
both back, but you
Right.
can get one back if you win.
Yep.
And so if there's one big enough, even if it's not a reviewable play, if you say, I want to review
And
that.
college baseball's already on kind of one of those things.
It
The
is.
college baseball's
It is.
already giving him an appeal. He gets 2 appeals a game.
Yep.
If it's over, it's over. Then in the 9th inning, if you've used them both, you might miss a
Yeah,
big
You
one.
know, just let the monitor call balls and strikes too.
I do that.
Just let the monitor call it. Don't need an umpire anymore.
Well,
Well,
Study call balls and strikes.
so I was talking to a coach this week about basketball. And I don't know what the cost is anymore on an official, but he says when he opens the gym door on a basketball night, he is $900 in the hole. He starts. Now I don't know how accurate that is. I was told on
Alabama or Georgia?
Alabama. So if you got 3 referees calling 3 or 4 games,
yeah, but the 3 call them JB.
I don't know if that's what I'm saying.
Or do you
I think they do
JB?
now.
And then they usually send 4 because one of them keep a clock or
So you
something.
see what I'm saying?
I might need to do that on the side.
I mean,
Oh,
even
good.
at $75 a game,
It's
every
in-
game
it's in
will
my
cost you
jeans.
$225.
So I guess if you got an official.
That
keeping the
that
clock,
makes sense. If you got 3 games, you're gonna start $675 in the hole for real.
You could be
That ain't
7.
none.
I could see.
Well,
you
but if you
being
throw 4 games at
I
it,
could see you being 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's
Yeah.
4
in
games,
the hole.
I could see. you being-
So again, I only joke about it because that sounds like really a hole for them to climb
Y'all
out
start all
of.
that griping, that ain't but 90 people paying $10 a piece. If you can't sell 90 tickets,
Well,
you ain't got no business playing.
There's some teams that can't sell 90 tickets,
Then
and
they ain't got no business.
there's others that'll sell 900. But yeah. But I've always thought the answer to all the officiating in high school anyway is to treat them like bus drivers. Put them on a paid schedule from the system and let them draw benefits, things like that. And then all of a sudden, more people will want to do it.
Man, I have to make one more run.
Well,
out.
you'd be
Yeah.
like $1,200 behind these.
They'd have more control then too.
Yeah, you'd have more control, more punishment ability. You'd be able to give an incentive for young people to jump in it. Because a guy that's got a job that he's off at 5 o'clock, he could head to a ball game. And he'd have benefits for it.
You
because
might
of it.
even get the factor back then.
I may quit my job and just go back and make one more run at it.
Let me tell you something. I've known you to throw out better people than you'll have to in the future. So there you
I've
go.
thrown out a few. I've thrown out a few from Macon East.
Yeah, you've thrown out a few since it's stable.
He
Or
threw-
threatened to.
He threw out the best umpire that's ever been in
Threw
slow
an
pitch
umpire.
softball. He threw an umpire.
Should have threw Bruce out.
Best slow pitch umpire ever. He threw him out of tournament.
This week's
What you
game.
won't talk about? We got about
This
3
week's
more
game.
minutes.
We got this week's game. Oklahoma and Alabama. You gonna call it?
Alabama's gonna beat
Alabama
Oklahoma.
by 14.
Alabama, Alabama. All right. Florida at Ole Miss. Any chance
No.
the Gators put something together?
No.
Nope.
No upset there.
Nary a
Johnny
chance.
Freshwater.
The game of the coaching future. Arkansas at LSU. Ugh.
Where is it?
Is that
At LSU. LSU wins it, but I mean,
I'll take the bottle because it'll win.
so I got to be honest. So what coach is going to watch that game thinking, what am I going to have to work with? Is that going to be John Summerall or Rhett Lashley watching that game going,
I don't know.
where
I
do I
need to
want
go
to go?
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
Yeah.
be thinking?
Yeah. Well, whoever's going to LSU.
Does
Well,
Texas?
Hey, well, you reckon Bobby Paterno will get the job up in
might get one
Arkansas?
of them. He might.
It might.
Texas is 10 now.
Does Texas, ranked 10 now, have any chance at upsetting number 5 Georgia?
No.
At
Aren't
Georgia.
there
At Georgia.
No.
In Athens?
Between the hedges.
No.
Are you sure? I mean, are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure.
But there's
National League, there's a couple of games I'm interested in. Clemson, Louisville.
Why are you interested in that, Steve?
because Clemson's going to beat Louisville.
Because Clemson's gonna beat Louisville. Because Clemson's gonna. That's my upset
That's
watch.
fine.
That's why I wrote it down first.
Trying to
'cause-
keep Dabo off the U-Haul?
Well, if Dabo hadn't acted like he did a few years ago when he beat Auburn, he'd be my number 1 candidate.
Watch for this one. Watch for this one.
This one, Wisconsin and Indiana.
Wisconsin
that.
be Washington or somebody. So they,
Yeah.
they won a game they shouldn't have won.
Right.
Look,
Wisconsin
come on
won that.
down.
Notre
Watch for this
Dame.
one.
Pittsburgh can beat Notre Dame.
How about what the
Absolutely.
Pittsburgh coach said though?
What do you say?
He said he didn't care if Notre Dame scored 100 on him because he knew his route to the playoff was winning the ACC. So he's like, I don't care.
Okay.
He basically said he didn't care about the game. I was like, that's kind of.
So y'all
Yeah,
sure that
yeah.
Pittsburgh can beat Notre Dame when he's talking about
Come
losing
on
by
down
100?
that one.
But he said he had 2 ACC games
He
after
said
that.
he had stuff to worry about later.
So Duke hosting number 19 Virginia.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna miss that one.
I'm gonna pull for those Blue Devils, baby.
Well, of
like I
course you are.
always
Your
do.
tuition
Like I
money's still
always do.
They're still spending your tuition.
I still got a seat
I'm
named
still
after me
impressed
over
with
there.
Virginia though. That field storming that happened in like
Yep.
a tenth of a second.
Yep.
That's
That
they
was
all
hard.
sit on the field.
That was the
Yeah.
best field stormer I've ever seen.
They were already down there for like the middle of the fourth quarter.
And then the guy that nobody's talking about the Auburn job, and it's probably good reason. Number 17 USC hosting number 21 Iowa. USC wins that game, and Lincoln Riley may be writing him some checks.
Or where?
To where?
Who wouldn't want him if he keeps winning?
You don't win enough.
Well,
Just always
he's
remember.
only been there 3 years.
I know, and he still
And
ain't won
it's
enough.
USC
And he
stunk.
still ain't won enough.
All right, I'm just
When
saying.
Iowa beats them this weekend, he may.
Well, and that's the whole point.
He might
If
be-
he wins that game,
You all make it in.
if he wins that game
Boom,
right
that's about how
there,
it all goes.
they may.
What happened when it left Auburn?
I'm just saying, if they beat Iowa, not that Iowa's a world beater, but if USC wins that game, it's going to set them up for to be back, baby.
Don't nobody
Them
want
Trojans will
Lincoln.
be back.
Don't nobody want Lincoln.
Let's talk about the Auburn coaching position.
All right, we got about 5,
When
10
Iowa
minutes.
brings us 3 tight end sets out in Los Angeles, they're gonna say, ooh.
Yeah.
They don't want any part of that.
Yeah. Well, they've seen it before. Stanford used to run that a lot too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they may recognize it.
Yeah.
I wish Stanford was still running it anyway.
Let me give you an unpopular opinion before we move
Oh,
to
yeah.
Auburn, though. Texas A&M, the highest ranked SEC team. We talked about how they should be won. I think they're the 4th best team in the SEC. I think right now Georgia, Alabama, and Ole Miss, if they played tonight, would beat Texas A&M. Watching them play, I don't think they would match up well with either 3 of those.
That's not such a hot take, because Texas A&M and Oklahoma are pretty equal.
I don't know. Ole Miss is kind of sketchy.
Ole Miss and Georgia is sketchy. Alabama, I'd love to watch them two play. And I think we'll get to in it.
And I think they still have Texas, I think. Texas. They play Sanford this week, and they have Texas. I think they'll take care of Texas, and they're going to get in easily.
So you just mentioned the top 3: Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss, and then if you think about it, you take Texas, Vandy, Oklahoma, and A&M, put them in a bag, they're probably pretty equal too.
A&M's one of the best ones in the thing.
But
Gracious, Steve.
Good
who,
grief.
who was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking
Jake
about.
got you all worked up.
Hey, Lord, you don't think Texas A&M is better than Vanderbilt? Jesus.
I didn't say them.
I think you got Texas A&M and Alabama up here, and I think A&M may be just a smidgen better, depending. But then I think you
Then
got
Ole Miss and Georgia's
I
probably.
guess I'm just watching.
Vanderbilt a little
I think
below.
A&M's got an elite defense.
Right.
Offensively, they can
I
be
like,
sketchy.
but I like a quarterback because I know he
at
gives
times.
that
But
kind of
I-
quarterback gives Alabama problems.
That's true.
And I guess I'm looking through my orange and blue glasses because what I saw A&M have just didn't impress me.
Defensively,
They were good defensively. They were great defensively.
They pretty
I don't like
Oklahoma's pretty good defensively.
Oklahoma's
But that's why I kind of put them in the same category. And then Texas is kind of in there, and then Vandy's the kind of the hot shot of the bunch. They may win, may not win. Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. We got a couple more weeks.
I think Texas.
What are you talking about, coaches? Who you got?
Well, I mean,
Who you got?
Lord, they've named about everybody on the planet.
Well, I
They can't
put
hire.
Lincoln Riley in there today. So there you
Yeah,
go.
I mean, we're gonna get a U-Haul for you if you keep coming up with stuff like that.
Apparently somebody took all the money out of it.
It's the new coaching fund.
Pay off the coach's
And I don't have
buyout
to pay
fund.
out.
It's been a rough week around Bluffton bait and tackle this week. We had to hit up our penny bank over here.
U-Hauls even.
If you could come out and buy some bait.
Well, you
You
had
can
to
even
empty
tell
it out.
somebody put their fingers in the little slot too. You know, it looks kind
Yeah.
of worn out a little bit.
You had to empty it out. Get ready for the next coach they gonna put in there.
Y'all need to come buy some bait and tackle before it gets too cold. Ivis is hitting the old penny bank over here.
So Auburn coach, who's top of your list?
I still like the guy at Tulane. I guess he's won everywhere he's
Summerall.
been. Summerall. Yeah. I'm not overly excited about it, but I'd say right now that'd be who I would pick.
Who you
I
think?
don't have a clue.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
It's just not about that.
I think you have to be realistic to what you're going to get.
Summerall's realistic.
I thought
Summerall,
he was
he's
getting
realistic.
philosophical on this.
He's realistic to what you're going to
A
get.
little bit realistic.
But where are you in the market? You know, what kind of money are you going to put into it? After 6 years of just sheer and utter disaster down at Auburn, who's sitting there going, I think I can fix it? You know, I want to go down there because,
Well, don't you think all of them think they can fix it?
Arthur Bennett can fix it.
Yeah.
5 and 5 and 6 and 7 for 6 years. I can fix it. I can turn this thing around.
But if you look
So-
at that roster,
Well, yeah, but apparently, I mean, I just don't know what you think you're gonna get.
And I said this last week.
He's gettable, he's doable, but he's not gonna come to Auburn. He's gonna have a better opportunity.
Maybe. He's done more with less with everywhere he's been previously. But I also think, and Mark Stoops may have saved his job, I don't know, by winning the Auburn game, because if you win 6 games at Kentucky,
Yeah, but if
you're
he
okay.
loses the next couple, or one or
But
two of the next.
if Kentucky and Auburn are both open, Summerall goes to Kentucky as long as they offer him comparable money, because that's where he's from, that's where he played.
That's right.
Yep.
And you're not expected to win 19.
Is the next coach in a better situation than Hugh Freeze was when he walked?
No.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of
I
my,
don't think so. Why do you
Yes.
think?
Oh,
More
yeah.
talent
The
than
roster.
well, the roster management.
Roster's
Rosters
a
can
one-year
flip.
rotation.
Yep.
Roster ain't what it used to be.
Yeah. So my
Who-
thing
who
is,
you
I would
think
rather have.
roster? Oh
I'd
my
rather
God, I
have.
got Cam Coleman. Cam ain't back. He's leaving.
He going to Ohio
He's
State.
he's going there to the draft. He ain't.
I'm thinking of the draft.
One more year.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
well,
Well, then he's
yeah,
going
yeah.
to somewhere else. He's going to win. He ain't going to stay down
Take
there.
next year off and just train for the draft.
He might.
Yeah.
I mean,
And buy a big insurance policy.
talk about it. You say roster. What have you got? You've got an offensive line that consistently gets beat every game. You've got a reasonable defense, but even then, we talk about their defense, but nationally they're number 43 or some number like that. Defensively, they're not all that good. Who on the roster do you go, oh my God, our roster's loaded?
I didn't say the roster was loaded, but
Yeah.
it's better than what Harsin left you.
Yeah.
You got some really good defense players coming.
You
in.
got some good
Yeah, but whether they
defensive
come
players.
back or not is a whole nother
So
chapter.
and that's what I
You're gonna
said.
ask that every year, no matter who the coach.
And that's what I said last
That's
week
the
about
thing.
do you
Money
hire?
can change your roster. If you give me $100 million, I'll have a lot different roster next year.
I want to. I don't know who this is, and it may be a Rhett Lashley or I don't think it's Dillingham, but I'm a guy that's kind of like I'd rather pay $4.5 million for a coach and spend $4 million to save that roster for the first year to give him
Well, if
at
you-
least a good start.
well, if you
but
there,
you pay
you probably-
$10 million for a coach, they better love him or they're gone,
Well, then
and he's
you-
got to be on
if
the
you
roster.
gonna
It's going to
do
take him
that,
3 years
then
anyway.
You go hire Durkins because he's one of the few people
Well,
you're going to get for $4 million.
I hadn't been asked, but I would
That's
have
clear.
to, I would have to give Durkin a shot.
So
I mean, we may not like it 2 years down the line, but heck, I don't know that we're going to love Summerall 2 years down the line. I mean, there's no guarantees anymore unless you get one of those
Why
top
do you
four.
say Dillingham's not going to do it?
Well,
Kenny done
I
did that
wish he
one
would.
time, ain't he?
I would be okay with Dillingham, but he has come out and said he's going to stay at Arizona State. That's
And
where
that's
and
where
that's
he's
his
from.
alma mater.
Yeah.
And he's come out and said, I'm not leaving.
And Rhett Lashley ain't coming back. He doesn't have enough of that crap done there one time.
See, some of them say they want to come live in Auburn. I'm like, well, they probably do, except they've lived. If they've ever coached here, they know what they had to coach under, and I mean the pressure and the influence and the different things that go on down there. It's obvious that it still goes on. I don't know. I'd rather pour money into this year's roster, give whoever gets it a good first year shot. Now it ain't gonna be a great first year shot, but if they
That's
all
what we
run,
thought we did this year.
Yeah, I
And
know.
we're still going to end up 5-7
I know.
until we upset the tide, and then the whole thing's going to turn.
Durkin, you couldn't get him out there with a crowbar and a jackhammer if he went, if he upsets
20-year
the tide.
contract.
We're giving him a signing bonus and telling him to go out and by the way, here's some golf clubs, go have a good time.
Stranger things have happened.
And then 3 weeks later, we can win the Birmingham Bowl.
Whoever
Yep.
let me tell you, whoever we hire, I hope
Or
they ain't got no golf game about them.
Yeah,
We can beat somebody in the Sun
Memphis
Belt.
in the
Yeah.
Birmingham Bowl.
I don't know.
No, Memphis
They
too
ain't
good
gonna-
for
they're
Birmingham
gonna-
Bowl.
They're gonna be better than that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Beat UTEP or somebody.
Ooh. Army.
And remember,
Army.
you talk about
Or
all
the
these
triple
other
option.
people, all these other people been fired from somewhere. The reason they were fired is they didn't win enough games where they were at.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, is it who
I want
is
James Franklin. Well, James couldn't win. I mean, he got fired because he couldn't win
I
enough
mean,
games.
he only won 8.5 a year.
I was a little bit surprised that LSU pulled the trigger so quick on Kelly, though. I mean, but
They were 5-3 when they fired him.
But he was not a good, when they
He was
hired
not a
him,
good
that was a
fit.
weird hire because he didn't
Yep.
fit that culture.
and he went down there and the very first thing
He
he,
rubbed
did
people the wrong
was
way.
that fake accent.
He tried to do that.
And when he
my
did
family.
that, yeah,
and,
and
it was
when
so
he did
clear
that, it was
just-
over.
yeah.
They hated him from that point on.
They fired the coach and the athletic director for
I
hiring him.
read all of them. Well, the governor done said, y'all all gone.
Uh-huh.
Governor done made.
The guy the other night didn't do too bad against Alabama. I mean, it was
Auburn did too when they fired Green and whatchamacallit at the same time.
Yeah.
Y'all a lot
Arson
smarter than I
Green.
am, so I
Yeah,
figured I
Arson
want to hear who y'all
Who,
think.
who you got?
Hmm?
Who you got?
I mean, I know Kenny Dillingham said what he said.
But there may be about $8 million, $8 million
throw
reasons
some
why.
money
What's magical about Kenny?
I don't know that anything's magical about him, but I think Summerall's gonna have a better opportunity than Auburn to go to. James Franklin ain't coming.
I don't know that you want James Franklin though, do you?
Well,
I don't think you do.
Because the whole thing is he couldn't win the big games at Penn State. You know, we need somebody who's going to beat Alabama and Georgia every
he
not
gonna have,
every
he
year,
gonna
but-
have a better
No.
roster year in and
No.
year out at Auburn than he had at Penn State.
I agree.
Well, and you said that about Dillingham. The other thing I said last week, that I've always thought that Patrick Nix was a good football coach. His dad, Conrad Nix, was a good football coach. And when Bo went to Oregon, they made it a package deal to get Dillingham with him. I think they recognize what he can do. Now, does that mean he's a CEO who can run that program? I don't know. But
Is
I
there
think he's a
any-
heck of a good coach,
Is
good
there
football coach.
anything in the world where Dillingham comes as the head coach and runs the offense and Durkin stays to coach defense?
Durkin was apparently
Durkin
quoted
acted
this
like he
week.
wanted to stay
He was
regardless.
quoted this week and told us, they said he's holding defense, and regardless of what happens, he'll be back at Auburn.
Assuming the new guy keeps him, but
And-
why
well,
would you?
and-
Why
and-
would you?
But
Why
now,
wouldn't you?
but now, the only thing that some people said a couple, back when Auburn lost to Arkansas, who was it?
That's
Anyway.
1-1 week, but it went.
Yeah. Whoever we lost to in the middle of the season, when everybody kind of thought we were about to run him off, there was a conversation had on one of the talk shows about maybe Auburn's, again, the people who run things, didn't want Durkin, and they were afraid if they gave him the job that early, if he won a few games, it would be impossible to get rid of. So I don't know if that means he's cut a deal, if you don't make me the head coach, I'll stay. Or why? Or is he just telling them, guys, was it just coach speak in the locker room, guys, I don't want to go anywhere, I want to be right here. I mean,
They wouldn't do that.
Remember Tuberville said he wouldn't leave.
in a pine box.
Pine box.
In a pine box.
Tuberville didn't leave, they left him, didn't they?
Coverville pretty left him hanging high and dry.
Y'all
Took
don't
his
y'all don't
cap,
forget, Nick Saban wasn't leaving the Dolphins either till he was,
or LSU.
Or ESPN.
or anywhere else.
And LSU still holding on that they have history with him. They might could get him back. Well, they can certainly get Jimbo. They wanted him a few years ago. They can get him
They can
back.
get him back.
They can have. I hope that they hire him so we don't have to get him.
You know, in fairness, Nick Saban does say numerous times that was one job he regretted leaving.
Yeah,
Was
it
LSU.
was LSU.
Well, it's a good job. I mean, you got the
It
whole
is a good
state.
job.
You basically got the whole state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody in Louisiana that's any good, you go get them.
You
And him,
walk over to Texas and grab up some people, cause you ain't far.
Florida too.
and you remember when they made
You can out recruit Arkansas. I mean, it ain't like you gotta worry about them. Anybody in Arkansas.
You don't
you
get
can
anybody worth their salt in Louisiana.
Yeah.
They
Well-
don't really leave.
and Baton Rouge and New Orleans are a little bit more like Michigan than Tuscaloosa is. I believe he probably fits in a little better
fits
there.
there, yeah.
He fit,
I get
not
it.
that he didn't fit in well for 17 years, whipping everybody's butt, but
He fit
I mean,
in pretty good in those clubs.
But
He
the
did.
problem is everybody's still gonna suffer from the Nick Saban effect. Saban was so successful at Alabama, nobody else can keep up.
And
But
can-
everybody expects they can.
and just like Muhammad Ali left and came back, can Saban do it again?
The greatest of them all.
There is no way.
Could he come back? Could he come
There's
back
no
and
way.
be as good as he once was?
He ain't coming back.
He ain't coming back.
He ain't gotta
There
worry
you go. That's the answer to that one.
Why
He ain't
would
coming
you?
back.
Why would
No.
you? Yeah.
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 But everybody's expectations are, oh, we gotta be competing for national championships, well, they don't give away but one a year. You know, and I can promise you the
Nowadays.
next 10 years, that they probably ain't gonna be but 4 teams win them in the next 10 years. I would bet you that only 4 teams out of the next 10 national championships are gonna be won. Ohio State will pick up a couple somewhere along the way. Alabama will probably get 1 or 2 along the way.
Who else?
I don't know.
Georgia still got one.
Georgia
left.
might get one somewhere here or there.
Texas A&M. They get
Texas
one next year.
A&M could grab
They got
one.
the resources.
But there
They may get one
probably
this
ain't
year.
gonna be but
Kansas.
4
Don't
people.
forget Kansas.
I forgot them. There's only gonna be 4. There's probably only
Well, they
gonna
gonna
be 4.
spend what?
about basketball.
What they tell them how much money they have
I
to
don't
spend
know.
this
She'll be
year?
living proof as to whether enough money can buy you a football team.
We'll know
You'll
next
know
year,
if
won't
they
we?
can.
We'll know next
Limited
year.
amount.
When they said they're gonna throw, what was it? Was it 75?
I don't
They
know.
gonna throw 75 at the
Somebody
roster?
donated about $300 million out
We'll
there.
find out.
That's a hard sell, though, right? You're somebody South Florida or Texas. You're a top high school athlete. Come to Kansas and play.
Yeah. Where it's cold and the wind blows all the time.
It ain't any
Go
harder than
Jayhawks.
It's
Fayetteville.
just flat field.
Go Jayhawks. I mean,
I guess you can go to the basketball games. Those are probably pretty
It's
good.
gotta
There
be
you go.
somewhere else to go.
gotta be.
Gotta be.
Got it, buddy.
All
You
right.
wanna go to Kansas?
No.
Be a big Jayhawks
Been to
fan.
Kansas, I ain't go.
I remember what that old lady said about Kansas folk. That old lady on Josie Wells, what she said about Kansas folk.
Yeah. Oh, too fond of Jayhawks either?
Yeah.
I don't know a single person, or I don't know if I've ever met anybody that lived in Kansas.
Well, if you did for a little
Well,
while.
I gotta be honest, we ain't in Kansas anymore, Toto.
All right, Steve, wrap us up.
Wrap us up, let's do it. Hey, Gator,
Yes.
can you turn us off?
We overtime?
Anytime you want.
Do we get overtime?
Yeah, we went in overtime, and it was
No,
totally
I mean,
worth
we
it.
win it, or do we get
No,
paid?
no, we get
Overtime,
paid
overtime.
overtime.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Time and a half what
Absolutely.
we already get?
Like, there was gonna be 5 Gators Great Deal gift
right.
certificates, now it's go up to 6.
Good.
That's my NL money for the talent.
Good deal, good deal.
Strong.
Cleaned out the
Well, once
U-Haul
again, thanks a lot for joining us in the zone, in the tackle box,
At the Bluff,
at the Bluffton Bacon
on
Tackle,
Highway 50.
on Highway 50 in
50.
Lynette, Alabama. Go Panthers.
Go to Lynette tomorrow.
Go
night.
in there tomorrow night, and go see RJ, because he's got a better winning percentage than most of these people.
Summer cooling costs got you down? Let's talk. Saving money doesn't have to be difficult. Try keeping your thermostat at 78 degrees and use fans to help circulate the air. You'll be surprised how small changes like these can add up to big savings. Discover more helpful tips by visiting our website and keep more of your money this summer. Brought to you by Tallapoosa River Electric Cooperative.
Came in Knox car on my bike.